Welcome back, guys. This week's video is going to be kind of a two-part deal. I'm working on the driver's side lock post, which is also the door jamb receiver area. It's an interesting area where a lot of stuff kind of meets together. You have the inner rocker, outer rocker, the jamb, the kidney plate, the inner frame rail near where the rear wheelhouse is. So there's a lot of structure there that needs to be solid. I took my lock post off the jamb, and there's a ton of crust beneath it. The kidney plate was rusted in 3 or 4 spots, rusted through. The wheelhouse area was messed up, the frame. So this video is going to kind of detail how I went about repairing those and the sheet metal fab I had to do to fix them. I made all the sheet metal parts here. I thought about buying the kidney area. I think it's called the kidney on the rear. Is it? Or it's at the front? You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, these parts I made today, and I want to talk about how I made them, do a quick walkthrough of the sheet metal brake I have, and show you welding that up. The next video will be the actual door lock post replacement and the jamb replacement. I felt like it'd be kind of a lot going on if I had all that melded into one video. So check it out, and I hope you enjoy. So the upper area here is repairable, but the lower section here is not and needs replaced completely. I'm going to start by taking a scrap piece of sheet metal and tracing out the section that I cut off the car to get a rough idea of the shape I need. So the area I'm pointing out here and emphasizing is a joggle. It's essentially a dip in the sheet metal, like a valley. Pretty difficult piece to make without a bead roller. Today I'm going to make this section by bending it up one way about 45, shifting it, flipping it, and bending it the other way. It is an effective way of making this section. The thickness of the metal I'm using is 18 gauge. Typical metal for auto body is 22 to 20. This brake is capable of bending up to 16 gauge thick if the part is narrow enough. You know what? That is not half bad. The area will be completely hidden anyways. A little bit more tweaking and we should have a pretty good fit. done and done. Let's test fit it and weld it up. I'm super happy with that. Time to weld. This is a quickie copper spoon. I made it work. You cannot weld into copper with a typical MIG welder, so it works really well for backing up flat areas and filling holes. This is an 18-inch belt sander from Harbor Freight. I don't know if I've featured it before, but it's really inexpensive. It's a great alternative to a pneumatic tool, and I cannot imagine any of this work without it. And here's the area cleaned up. I want to emphasize that I'm not going to go crazy grinding down all these welds because it will be completely hidden inside of the kidney bowl. Now I use a different technique for this piece by making a template out of an old beer box. It's a common way of doing things, but I found that making them piece by piece and kind of freehanding and eyeballing things works better for me. This might work better for you. Now the sheet metal on these parts is really thin from the factory. I think my replacement pieces are actually thicker by 1 or 2 gauge. You'll notice I'm doing a lot of really short and really hot welds. And that looks pretty good. I guess take it one bite at a time. Thank you for watching, guys. In the next couple days to a week, I'll get the second part of the video up where I actually do the jamb. Stay tuned for that. If you liked it, hit the like button, please. I'd appreciate that. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any questions, happy to answer anything. Thanks.